Let's get things started. Ready? Go!
Hello and welcome to Bounding Into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding Into Comics. Today I got a story about No Time to Die director Cary Fukunaga admitting that the film is woke while he attempted to deny that it was woke. You literally can't make this up. That is what he did. Before we get to that, I'd like to ask if you could please hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube does like to unsubscribe people for whatever reason. And then hopefully you'll also share this video with your friends and family. So as I was saying, the director of the upcoming James Bond film, No Time to Die, Cary Fukunaga, recently admitted the movie is woke while trying to deny rumors that writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge was brought in to wokify the film. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Fukunaga discusses how he is modernizing James Bond for a post-Me Too reality, according to THR's Tatiana Siegel. First, the director accuses James Bond of rape in past films. He says, "Is it Thunderball or Goldfinger where, like, basically Sean Connery's character rapes a woman?" Yeah, she's like, no, 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 and he's like, yes, 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 that wouldn't fly today. In Thunderball, Bond, played by Connery, has a flirtatious relationship with Patricia, played by Molly Peters. After Bond is almost killed on the rack, she tells him, "You better come along with me, spend a few minutes in the steam room. It will help to relax you, might even shrink you back to size." Bond responds, "Somebody's going to wish that it had never happened." Patricia then says, "Well, you wouldn't tell Dr. Wayne. Please, I'd lose my job." To which Bond says, "Well, I suppose my silence could have a price." Patricia then flirts back with him, wagging her finger at him and smiling. "You don't mean, oh no." Bond says, "Oh yes." She then proceeds to open the steam room door and enters inside with Bond. In Goldfinger, Bond and Pussy Galore, played by Honor Blackman, tussle in a barn with both throwing each other around. After Bond tosses Galore onto a bale of hay, he sits down next to her. Galore then attempts to kick him, he blocks it and then pins her down. As he's on top of her, she keeps him at bay with her arms outstretched, but does appear to smile. She then moves her head back and forth to avoid Bond. However, as he continues to get closer, she eventually embraces him in a kiss and relaxes her hand. By the end of the film, Pussy Galore and James Bond avoid getting rescued and enjoy each other's company. After calling Bond a rapist, Fukunaga then attempted to refute the idea that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was brought onto the film to make Bond more woke. He said, "I think that's the expectation, a female writing very strong female roles, but that's something Barbara wanted already." He's talking about Barbara Broccoli, the producer of James Bond. He goes on to say, "From my very first conversations with Barbara, that was a very strong drive. You can't change Bond overnight into a different person, but you can definitely change the world around him and the way he has to function in that world." The director then concluded, "It's a story about a white man as a spy in this world, but you have to be willing to lean in and do the work to make the female characters more than just contrivances." So while he was trying to deny that the movie is woke, he literally admitted that he is wokifying it because he's changed the world around Bond to make him function in a way that makes him woke. And this is the guy who is directing a James Bond film. He literally said, you can't change Bond overnight into a different person, but you can definitely change the world around him and the way he has to function in that world. If the way he is acting is different, then you're literally changing the character. He's acting differently. So yes, while you tried to debunk this rumor that the movie is woke, you confirmed it. Not only would Fukunaga confirm that the movie is woke, but actress Lashana Lynch would go on to confirm it as well, noting that Bond is treated with equity in the film compared to the female characters. She says, "Cary had big discussions with Barbara and Daniel about how to give the female characters equity, how to keep them in charge of themselves, how to give them solo moments where the audience learns who they are. It was really important to empower the female characters as standalones, and I think that he kept that in mind throughout the whole shoot. I didn't feel like Nomi, as a young black woman, was constantly standing behind the white guy, which for me is job done, and that was a very conscious decision for Cary." I'm sorry, James Bond is the main character. Other characters are side characters or supporting characters. They should not be taking up the role that James Bond should be doing. James Bond is the main character. You go to a James Bond film to watch James Bond. You're not going there to watch other people. And then Barbara Broccoli would also admit the film is woke. She said, "I think people are coming around with some kicking and screaming to accepting that stuff is no longer acceptable. Thank goodness. Bond is a character who was written in 1952, and the first film Dr. No came out in 1962. He's got a long history, and the history of the past is very different to the way he's being portrayed now. Yeah, the film is definitely woke. I mean, that's what they're telling you in these interviews. On top of that, Twitter claims that Lynch will be 007 in the upcoming film. Twitter ran a headline saying, "Meet the new 007, Lashana Lynch on lockdown London and being proud to be black." Seems pretty clear to me that No Time to Die is going to be a super woke film, and it seems more and more likely that Lashana Lynch is going to be the new 007. I don't see why anyone would want to waste their time to go see this film if they were actual fans of James Bond. That's my thoughts on the matter. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.